outrun one of them.
Good evening and welcome to the June 21st, 2023 meeting of the City of Summit Zoning Board of Adjustment. My name is Stephen Spur and I am Chairman of the Summit Zoning Board. In accordance with New Jersey Statute 10:4-10, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to a newspaper of record and has been posted here in City Hall. This meeting is a judicial proceeding. Any questions or comments must be limited to the issues that are relevant to what the board may legally consider in reaching a decision, and decorum appropriate to a judicial hearing must be maintained at all times. For the benefit of the interested public, this meeting is being live streamed to the city's YouTube page and also broadcast to Summit's government channel, which is Comcast Channel 34 and Verizon Channel 30. Please note that fire exits are to my right, your left, and at the back of the room where you entered. The city has a listening system to assist the hearing impaired. If anyone needs hearing assistance, please obtain the system here at the dais and return it after our meeting. Andy Ball is the zoning board's attorney. He will advise board members on matters of law and is the key interface with an applicant's attorney. Mr. Ball does not vote on the applications. Stephanie Sulios is a city employee and the zoning board secretary. Ms. Sulios assists applicants with the preparation of their applications, planning our agendas, and keeping our meeting minutes. Ms. Sulios does not vote on the applications. Our board consists of 7 regular members and up to 4 alternates. All members can participate in the hearings tonight, but a maximum of 7 can vote. Most applications require a simple majority to be approved. Some applications require 5 affirmative votes to be approved. You will be told which majority will be required before we begin our deliberations. Ms. Sulios, will you please call the roll of the members?
Sure. Chairman Spur?
Here.
Vice Chairman Steiner is excused this evening. Ms. Newell?
Here.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Here.
Mr. Mullen is excused this evening. Mr. Millay is also excused. Mr. Loikitz?
Here.
Ms. Toth?
Here.
Ms. Sager is excused. Mr. Feskins?
Here.
Mr. Yuko?
Here.
You have a quorum. You may proceed.
Excellent. We generally hear the applications in the order they are listed on the agenda. We try to have each hearing last no more than 30 minutes, but we do understand that some applications are too complex to be heard within that time frame. Each hearing begins with the applicant or their attorney giving an overview of the application and the variances that are required. We then hear from any expert witnesses the applicant may have to help explain the application and why the variances are needed. Board members may ask questions of the applicant, their attorney, and the expert witnesses. Once the board professionals and board members have completed their questioning, the public will have an opportunity to ask questions of their own. This is not the time to tell us what you think about this application. That opportunity comes at the end of the hearing. Before you ask your questions, please clearly state your name, spell your last name, and provide your address. It is important that our court reporter be able to keep a clear and accurate public record. Court reporting is done through the audiovisual system, so speak directly into the microphone if you can. After all witnesses have been heard, members of the interested public have their second opportunity to speak, and at that time you may express your opinion, positive or negative, about the application. Then the public hearing is closed and we enter into executive session where board members discuss the application and vote. You will be able to listen to our executive session, but you will not normally be able to participate in our discussion. Most applications are heard and decided in the same evening. If an application requires additional information or testimony that cannot be presented tonight, we will carry your application to another date and it will not be decided during this meeting. Krista Anderson, the city's zoning officer, has asked that I remind all applicants that they must carefully read the resolution and documents the zoning board's decision, to pay particular attention to the conditions contained in the resolution. For example, if a landscaping plan is required, you must obtain one and submit it to John Linson, the city's forester. If a grading plan is required, you must have one prepared by a civil engineer and submit 3 copies along with the application fee to the city's engineering division. Failure to satisfy all conditions in the resolution will result in a delay in approving your application, as it will necessitate additional follow-up from zoning and other city staff. The resolutions documenting the board's decision will normally be available 1 month after we decide the application. Before we move to the public hearings, if you'll please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. We have 4 applications this evening. What we'll do first before we actually hear the applications is just run quickly through and ask a representative from each application to come forward and just quickly give us a sense of the application before us. First, we'll hear 246 Summit Avenue. We have Richard or Susan with us tonight. Hello, would you mind just coming up to the podium real quick? Just 2 quick questions for you. Sure. Do you have any expert witnesses with you this evening?
I do.
Okay. Yes. You are an architect, I presume?
Yes.
All right. And then do you think you can complete the application in 30 minutes?
Yes.
All right, good answers all around. So you can grab a seat back and we'll get to you just in a moment. All right, next we'll hear 58 Dale Drive, Alexandra or Jason.
I'm Anthony D'Alessandro on behalf of the applicants.
Okay, and do you have any expert witnesses?
Yes, we do, a civil engineer.
Civil engineer, okay, 130 minutes?
Yes.
All right, good answer. Thank you very much. Next, we'll hear 19 Manor Hill Road, Amanda or Michael.
Amanda Cregan.
Hi, Amanda. Do you have any expert witnesses with you this evening?
I'm an architect.
Architect, great. 30 minutes, sound about right?
Yes.
Excellent, all right. And then last but not least, 28 Druid Hill, Stephen or Caitlin?
Yes, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen, nice to meet you.
to
Another
meet you.
Stephen for you. How about you? I see an architect.
Yes.
Okay, anybody else joining with this evening?
Nope, just myself.
All right, excellent.
Thank you.
Hang in there for us. All right, back to the top of the order, unless there's something sneaking behind me. No. Let's hear from 246 Summit Avenue. So Richard, you can come back up. Let you guys settle in. You're welcome to use this front table here. And Richard will have you sworn in first. Yep. So,
Andy, raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name, spell your last name.
Richard Fallon, P-H-E-L-A-N.
Thank you.
So Richard, we're just going to ask you come up to the proper podium real quick.
Sure thing.
You can grab a seat, just real quick. We'll swear you in a moment. Yep.
Okay.
Just give us a general sense of what you're here for. You don't need to give us too much detail. You've got a paid expert with you here, so
Sure
put him
thing.
to work. But just give us a sense of what you're
We're
looking
here
for.
to complete a raised terrace for our property at 246 Summit Ave.
Excellent. That works for me.
Okay.
All right, then. Any questions for the applicant? Appreciate his brevity. No? All right, excellent. And are there any members of the interested public here for this application? Okay, all right, 30 minutes is looking good then. So we're going to swear you in, and then you can do the heavy lifting for us.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Please state your name, spell your last name.
Lawrence, Laurance, Sappel, principal of the Bell Design Group Architects,
Thank you.
Florham Park, New Jersey.
Thank you. Can you briefly describe your background, experience, and 3 boards you've appeared before recently?
Yes, I hold a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, a Master's in Architecture. I'm a licensed architect, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, MENCARB certified. My license is valid and in place as we speak. I've been before this board in the past, several years ago. I've appeared before numerous surrounding towns, Westfield, Livingston, Millburn, Short Hills, Maplewood, West Orange.
Any questions from the board, or would you like to accept his credentials?
Welcome back. We'll accept your credentials. Tell us about this deck, patio, or terrace, whatever terminology you choose to use.
So everything's in place with regard to all the notices and everything like that. So I'm assuming I'm here to provide testimony on behalf of Richard Siv, who is the site engineer, who was retained by the Phelan's to prepare a plot plan based upon concept drawings that were done prior. So in addition, I have the site plan prepared by Mr. Siv. There are no architectural drawings, just the site plan. But I did bring some photo exhibits. I'd like to pass these out to the board if possible.
Okay, we'll mark these as A1, and we just want to make sure Stephanie, our board secretary, gets a copy at the close.
Okay. So these are photo exhibits dated 6/21/23. They're images from Google as well as photos taken by one of my staff architects.
They fairly represent the condition of the property today?
Yes, they do.
Thank you.
Sorry, I have more.
Thank you. Are these the same as those? Are these the same as those?
All identical.
Okay.
Am I okay to start while they're being passed out?
Yes, please. Sure.
Okay, thank you. So there are 5 pages total. This is Exhibit A1. I will refer to it later in the testimony. Project is at 256 Summit Avenue. houses in the R25 zone. The first portion of this project was to realign the driveway, which was encroaching on the neighbor to the north. This will be adjusted and the encroachment removed. We understand that this will not trigger any variances, but I wanted to mention because it was part of the application, it also was included on the site plan. The second aspect of this project is a new raised terrace. So outdoor spaces like this are common in most single-family homes, especially throughout the town and this area. This is even more so common during the pandemic, where people spend more time outdoors with guests for outdoor recreation. So per zoning definitions, the patio is considered a deck, and this is because the height trigger for this is when it's above 12 inches above the adjoining grade. So in this particular case, because of this, we'd be subject to a 17-foot setback, where what is being requested is 10.35 provided at the corner, and this is included and dimensioned at the corner of the site plan, 10.35. So the house in question, if you look at the photographs that we have included in the handout in here, is that the house is a walkout basement configuration with the driveway and garage at the rear of the house. So while the deck is dropped a half a story from the main living space, it is still well above the 12-inch required metric in the ordinance. So we believe this configuration to be both appropriate and a good compromise with dealing with the special topography. We understand that various other places were originally considered by the design team. There were just no appropriate places around the house because it would impact the driveway. It would just not make sense because your outdoor living space would be connected to the garage and the driveway. So this seems to be the most appropriate place. In review of the site plan, the proposed terrace is approximately 280 square feet. This is not large, it's not overdeveloped. Per the calculations by Mr. Siv, these are well below the 30% lot coverage that is required in the zone. Also, we believe that this design is both attractive, well integrated with the architectural design of the house, and grading, and it fits in well and looks like it belongs. No other changes are proposed at the time. So the basis for the variance is this is an unusual lot with a tuck-under garage at the rear of the house. Due to this unique configuration, what is proposed, we believe, is a good compromise. The site is reasonable. The height is dropped from the house, and setbacks are in excess of 10 feet to this raised terrace from the adjoining property line. Building the terrace in a different location or lowering the height, I believe, would create an undue hardship on the applicant. The relationship to the adjacent house immediately to the left, and this is shown in the photographs, we're maintaining over a 10-foot setback. The area of the raised terrace